Hello everyone. So I'm going to start a series that will be focusing on real life interviews, US Embassy interviews, visa interviews that led to denials. So what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at questions that were asked and how they answered, and then maybe speculating reasons why they got denied the visa. All right. So these are denials. I have another series that goes on visas that were granted. Visas that were granted. Okay. So this particular case here, and welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. If this is the first time you're joining me, my name is the Kenyan American Home. Welcome. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Follow. Just hit that bell, and you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. All right. So this particular case was this was a Kenyan that went to the Tanzanian consulate to apply for F1 visa. F1 visa is a student visa. All right. So they went to the embassy. So we're gonna just jump right into the questions and then go on from there. All right. So if you do not know this, if you are a third, if this is not your home country, the first question they will ask you is why are you doing your interview in that particular country? So like this is a Kenyan and they're doing an interview in Tanzania. So you have to answer that first question. There has to be legitimate, you have to give legitimate answers as to why you're doing an interview in a country that is not your own. So why are you doing an interview in Tanzania? Do you live in Tanzania? Do you study in Tanzania? Why is the reason why you're in Tanzania? Before we jump into the questions and answers, when I say VO, I mean visa officer. All right. Okay. So first question, the VO asks, why did you book a visa appointment in Tanzania and not in Kenya? This person responded, I was not able to find an earlier dates in Nairobi. All right. Then the VO asks, did you try to expedite? So remember, this is an F1 visa, F1 student visa interview. Did you try to expedite? The VO asks. Then the person responds, the dates were not opening, so I was not able to book even future dates in order for me to expedite. All right. So the VO looked through the passport and then proceeded to ask the next question. All right. So that wasn't a very strong reason as to why you wanna go do an interview in another country, but it could be, in this case, what she was trying to say is, it could be an emergency. School's about to start, and there is no appointments. There is no appointments available. You are not able to expedite. So notice what he asked. Did you expedite? So if you had a visa interview that was later, make sure you expedite before you go try a different country. All right? Okay. All right. So let's go on to the first question. So the reason wasn't the strongest, but it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right. So first question, what are you going to study in the US? All right. And the person says, so the VO asks what you're going to study in the US, and the person responds, I'm going to study a master's in computer and information security in this particular university, in this particular city, in this particular state. All right. So they've given all the information. What are you going to study? They've said this, the course that they're going to study. They've said the city, the name of the school, the city that it's located in, and the state it was located in. That question was answered well. It was answered well. All right. Then the VO asks another question. I see you graduated in 2021. What have you been doing since then? All right. Then the person responds, after graduating in 2021, the particular month, they got employed at this particular, so they got employed at this, at the employers. They got employed as a teacher in this school. So graduated in, so they said, I graduated in August 2021. I'm trying to filter out the personal information because I don't want to give away the personal information. All right, so they said they graduated in August of 2021, and they started working as a teacher in this school in January of 2022, all the way to January of 2024, and then after that, they said they transferred to another employer where they have been working to date. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's also a good answer. She gave a the person gave a complete answer. They were asked after they graduated what have they been doing, and they covered all the dates from when they graduated. I started working this place, and then after that I moved to another employer. Very good. So the interview is going good so far. Other than I don't know what was in the mind of the VO from the first question on why she was in Tanzania. All right, we're gonna call her she, since I don't want to keep saying they, them, I. All right. So the third question. So if you're asked this many questions, it means that's not a very bad sign that the interview. All right. The viewer asks, okay, who will be funding your education? All right. Then the person responds. She says, my uncle will be sponsoring my education. My uncle has been my guardian since my mom passed on, and the dad is not able to take care of funding their education, and goes on to give a lot of information. So there's a lot of information here that is given. Even the fact that while this person went to university, the uncle paid for the daughter's bills. I would say too much information was given in this particular question. Too much info. Who will be funding? I think it would have been sufficient to say, my uncle will be sponsoring my education. He's been my guardian since my mom passed away, and my dad, my dad has not been able to take care of us. So that's a complete answer. But then they went on to talk about while they studied their bachelor's degree, the uncle paid for the daughter's bills. So this is the first introduction of a Thai back home, which is the daughter. But I think it does her disservice for her to say, because I don't think she portrays the fact that she's the primary caregiver of this child. What she's basically said is, while I was studying, my uncle took care of my daughter. And so, which doesn't create a very strong tie for you anyway. Because, okay, so that means you might go and stay in the US and leave your daughter to your uncle. Because your daughter has taken care of your uncle has taken care of your daughter before. Then, it doesn't give that strong of a tie of, hey, I might go study and then come back for my daughter. So I think that is one of the red flags that starts to come out, is you give too much information by not just stopping at your uncle is your guardian and is sponsoring you. You give an additional information I think was detrimental to the case. All right. So then the VO asks the next question. Why this particular course? So I think at this point, when the VO asks this question, they're trying to they're waiting for you to put in ties your intention to come back to your home country. All right, you've talked about who's paying for your university, your schooling while you were in the US, and you've talked about what you've been doing since you graduated, and you've talked about what you studied, which are the previous questions that were asked. So when this VO asks, why this particular course. And this is a perfect time for you to add on say why cybersecurity, but also say why why you are going to study that particular course, but also this is the perfect time to talk about why you want to study. Why do you want to spend that much money? Why do you want to spend that much money in the US doing your masters? And this is where, so a very tricky question, but I think it's I believe this is the reason why she got denied the visa. But this is the response that they gave. Cybersecurity is crucial in today's digital era, as it helps protect valuable information and information systems. This course will equip me with the skills, including threat protection, analysis, blah, 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 network security, risk management, which is fundamental in safeguarding sensitive and valuable information. With these skills, I'll be able to significantly impact my home countries in the cybersecurity sector. So, the VO, I believe, gave you an opportunity to explain why this course, but also prove to them that you're actually going to be coming back, because the F1 visa is a non-immigrant visa. But then the answer that was given was almost an answer that you can go Google. This is an answer you can go Google. All those things that I read to you sounds like you've crammed a lot of things. But you didn't really say why cybersecurity. Why that particular course that you studied. Why? Why did you study that particular course? So, this was the perfect opportunity for you to tie your home country. And I know you'll be watching this video, hopefully to prepare for in the future. But up until this time, there wasn't any mention or intention of you to come back home. The whole interview has revolved around, okay, you're going to study in this school in the US, and you've been working in Kenya for, since you graduated, and your uncle is going to be paying for your uncle is going to be paying for your fees. But up until the VO asks this question, there's really no intention of coming back. You haven't expressed any intent on coming back. You haven't shown any ties back home. The tie that you brought up, then you cut it down when you said, oh, my uncle took care of my daughter when I went to the university. So, I believe this question, cybersecurity is a great course. But there has to be, cost analysis benefit. Why are you spending so much money to come study in the US, study your master's? One good way you can respond to this question is you have something. See, you have something that is waiting for you back home, in terms of, I go study my master's, and then I come home, there's a job offer waiting for me. I come home, there's this thing waiting for me. That's a good way, because that will talk about the cost analysis. I'll come back home and my salary will be tripled. That makes sense. I come back home, it doesn't have to be financial. Sometimes it can be community. I come back home with all this, excellent schooling, excellent education resources from the US to make an impact in my community, a tangible way to make. See, there's a tangible way. I'm going to get all this high class, all this good education with the intention of coming back and changing my community. This is something I've started doing I've been doing in the community, and this will help me take it to the next level. Why? See, now when you answer such that, it's like, okay, you're putting roots back into your home country. You're putting in the ties back home. You are. Boom. It's a punch. You are landing a punch back home. But also the fact that you brought up your daughter, this also be another good opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to study, but I'm going to leave something so special back home. I'm going to leave my daughter, my life. It's going to be the hardest whatever years of my life, but I'm leaving my daughter. And so I have to come back home for my daughter. Yeah, my uncle's going to keep my daughter, but I'm coming home for my daughter. That's a good tie to come back home for your daughter. And so why cyber? And then, and it could also be, so yeah, community. That's a community tie when you say you're coming back to change, do something for the community. That's a big one. That's a big one. Not considered as much, but community ties are also good ties. You could also be coming back to do something yourself. You started a research and you're coming to revolutionize. You started a project, you started a something, and that education will help you come and bring home whatever research, whatever thing you started. That's initiative, but also that's, hey, I'm coming back to do this. If you haven't watched, I've given my story about my interview, but I believe the VO gave you so many opportunities to highlight your ties and your intention of coming back home, and you did not highlight them. You did not highlight your ties, you did not highlight your intentions of coming back home. Yes, you talked about your uncle being able to support you, but you left out that big gap. And then, so the VO, after asking why cybersecurity, why this course, the VO looks at this lady and says, and types, then reaches up for a white slip and says, unfortunately, I cannot approve your visa at this time. And she is given a 214B. 214B. Yep. Another interesting thing is when, during this actually, one of the things that came up is, there was someone else at the embassy, so she got a white slip. The other Kenyan who got there so she was denied but was given the white slip. The other Kenyan was given a pink slip, and they exchanged, and looking at them, they noticed this is for the F1 visa. Her pink slip allowed her to apply anytime soon, and the pink slip, you're only eligible to apply after 6 months. So you're not eligible to reapply for 6 months when you get the pink slip. That's what, I don't know about, maybe you guys tell me about that. That one is one I have no idea. So if you've gotten an F1 pink slip, if you've gotten an F1 white slip, maybe you can let us know in the comment section which is which. You can let us know which is which. But that's it. That's our first evaluation, and I think so it kind of gives you an idea. So I helped her. That's one of my, my members, my subscribed members. So I wanted to do a video to revisit that, on how you can turn this situation and possibly turn it around and speculate. That probably is not the answer, but also I think this will open up an opportunity. If you disagree with me and you have other points, I am so open. Let me know in the comment section what you think out of all those questions. Which question do you think was the reason why she got denied? How would you have answered better? how would you have answered better? But I gave you my point of view, and thank you guys so much. Yeah, and you know, as always, don't forget, if you want to send money back home, best app to send money is tap send. Use my promo code TKAH and send money back home. For every, you know, you get $20 bonus for sending money back home the first time. $20 bonus. So if you send somebody 100, they get 120. TKAH, great rates. All right, tap send. Thank you guys, and man, appreciate my members, and I haven't. I'm going to start scheduling those lives again. If you want to join, become a member of my YouTube channel. The elite level of the membership gives you the mock interview, and then the other levels, like the premium level, will give you videos like this one. So I'm sharing this video here for everyone the first time, and then the other ones are going to be just for the members. So yeah, if you're a basic member, you get this series. I have so many testimonies. I have so many visa people who got their visas, questions they were asked, how they responded. But also I'll be doing a lot of this video. So, and yeah, so this is the only one you'll be able to see, and then after that it goes into the membership. So yeah, as long as you're a member, you can watch this. Otherwise this is the only one for now for everybody. The link to join is in the description. Link to join is in the description of this video. All right, thank you guys. Bye.